terrible. There we go. That's a little better. Thank you, folks. Time to kill the momentum by getting all the things in the right place. What's up, folks? How are we doing tonight? What? Yeah! I am Tom Harrison. I'm going to be your host tonight. Welcome to Genius Night, the first comedy show that ICE can legally kill you for attending. Bad news, folks. You're all on film. Shout out to my man Medley, who's been producing the evidence. Nah, I'm just playing. They don't need a reason to kill you. Who here has been to Genius Night before? Welcome back, folks. I love you. Who here is at Genius Night for the first time? Hell yeah, love to have you here. If you do not know, if you are new, Genius Night, at Genius Night, our performers have but one rule. Their piece must make you more of a genius. This show rules and you're going to have a great time. That's the main thing I want to get across to you right now. Speaking of ICE and all that shit, I've got to admit that I was worried very briefly, being like a publicly left-wing guy. They got the surveillance state going. They got the killing going. I'm like, oh, no. But I think my obscurity is going to save me. Like, purely from a triage perspective, there's so many better guys for them to kill first. Like, you guys, does the name Hassan, the streamer Hassan, does that mean anything to you? You know Hassan? If they haven't even killed Hassan yet, I'm fine. And as evil as this ICE shit is, and evil it is, there is a silver lining. Not much of one, but it makes it really clear who your enemies are. There's a valuable moral clarity in knowing your enemies. The evil in this world doesn't seep out of the ground. Someone decided to do it. Now, obviously, ICE are our enemies. We all know this. My idea for the bracket this month, the bracket, of course, is the last segment of our show where people pick one of four options. And you'll see how it goes. My first idea for the bracket was going to be, when we abolish ICE, what are we going to do with the agents? People were asking this question legitimately a lot the last few months. What are we going to do with all those people if we abolish ICE? Those bad people. The options were going to be, number one, send them to an island where they can form Lord of the Flies society. Let them punish themselves. You know they're not going to make a good society. Number two, that's just re-education camps. That's the placeholder. If I had used this as the bracket, I would have come up with the funnier one for number two. Sue me. Number three, force them to become our butlers like from Seinfeld. Now, I know what you're thinking. Would we pay them for this? Folks, that's a big no. And now I further know what you're thinking. Isn't that slavery? Unfortunately, yes, it is exactly that. So to compromise, this will only apply to the white ICE agents, of which, most, thus rendering it white slavery, which, as we all know, is a moral imperative and very funny. And then number four, the reason I didn't go with this as the bracket, because it wins by default. You know. What do I mean? I'll never tell. But I bet you know. What do we do with those guys? Actually, one sec. I think I have to check something real fast. Bear with me. Sorry. Hassan is still alive. We're cool. But ICE is not our only enemy. Perhaps equally as serious. All the pants in my house. They're the offenders themselves. Now, I know what you're thinking. What? Let me explain. I buy pants in huge batches, and I cycle through them until they fall apart. Then I buy a new batch. This is what all sexy boys do in terms of pants purchasing. We know this. Now, in 2020, I started working remote, and in 2024, I began working not at all. So for a while, I've been wearing pajama pants pretty much exclusively. When I do need to wear hard pants, I had this one pair, my old reliable. I'd pull that one out, and that would be great. This pair recently fell apart. And I was like, that's no problem. I got my batch. I bought the batch back in 2019. I'm great. I'll wear one from the batch. Now, I know what you're thinking. This joke is taking forever. Bear with me. Folks, you need to understand that I am a sexy boy, and I'm so youthful, and I barely have ever aged. It's really amazing how good I continue to look. And when you all hear how old I am, you're going to gasp. Got it? Do you understand what I'm putting down? When you hear how old I am, you will gasp, okay? This juicy twink is 35 years old. Wow! That reaction was totally natural, and it makes sense because I look the same, and I'm skinny still. Which makes this next part all the more bullshit. Folks, the pants didn't fit by a lot. It was a fucking scam. They were prank pants the store sold to be mean, and that's that. Okay, I just had to get that off my chest. Next. Okay, I don't want to dwell on it, but if it's fucking up there, I look the same. That's the main thing. Look at this shit. Look. That's as skinny as I am now. It's the same. Look at that guy. It looks just like me, right? That's me again looking pensive. What a beautiful boy. Folks, it's the same, and I'm still skinny. I am, and I know what you're thinking. Tom, why are you showing us all these photos clearly taken within the last month? Well, you're going to gasp when you learn that these photos were taken in 2009. Also, it's okay for my professional and creative careers to be where they are at this age. It's okay that I haven't achieved much and have kind of stalled out because here's the thing. I'm so youthful, and when you think about it, I'm actually just starting out. The fact that I'm closer to age 70 than my own birth is not germane. Anyway, the next enemy. Your skin, human skin. Now, I know what you're thinking. This doesn't seem like a joke. That's correct. This part is serious. My wife told me I had to do this part serious tonight. I recently got a skin check at the dermatologist and had 2 precancerous moles removed. Skin cancer is real, and it's scary, and you can get it. And people don't get skin checks as often as they should. You should get a skin check every year. Instead of dying from melanoma in 15 years, I paid a $40 copay, and now I'm fine. Remember, Genius Night isn't just to be silly. It's not just silly. We give you real knowledge. To that point, our next enemy, mummies! Now, I know what you're thinking. Mummies aren't scary, Tom. They're just dead Egyptian men. This is a very immature perspective. Let's think on the whole pantheon of Halloween beasts, or so to speak, creatures. I'm not asking this as a joke. What is scary about a werewolf? If there was like a werewolf there now, and you were like, I'm scared. What are you scared of? I'll tell you. You were scared of being harmed and killed by the werewolf who uses physical violence to kill you, yeah? Buddy, anyone can do. Your dad can do that. Like, I hope he doesn't, but like a child with a gun is like 10 times scarier than a werewolf. Mummies can hit you with the freaking mummy's curse, bro. Forget about it. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does the mummy's curse do? Well, that's the problem, isn't it? It's versatile. It can be anything. It's different every time. Werewolf, it's going to be claw. Okay, it's claw every time. I can prepare for claw. I've made my peace with claw. Mummy's curse, no way. No other ghoul, or perhaps Halloween beast, can utilize pendants and amulets, or so to speak, scepters, and cast fucking spells on you. Mummies can inflict status effects on you, folks. A Dracula could simply never do this. Next enemy is the late Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is old news. We all know this. Plus, he's been dead for like a long time. Well, yes. But I am specifically referring to a recent revelation from his newly released emails. Now, I know what you're thinking. You probably mean how Epstein advised Activision president Bobby Kotick to add gambling-based microtransactions to popular video games. Bad, but no. I know what you're further thinking. I know what you're thinking. Here's what you're thinking. You're thinking this. It must be how Epstein met with the founder of 4chan literally the same day that he opened up 4chan's poll page, famously the breeding ground for the nihilistic far-right ideology that laid the foundation for MAGA. Once again, this is bad, but no. The reason he is our enemy is because he kept saying congratulations. Fuck. Okay, well, it says congratulations, the hilarious double comma. Now it's time for fun. Oh, it's a one-off typo, Tom. That's not very funny. He just did it once. Can you see how much of the screen is being taken up? Another 25K dollars was wired to your foundation. The hilarious double comma. Congratulations on doing such good work. This one just straight up, congratulations. I'll talk to you Monday, double periods, kind of funny. I'm thrilled you are in New York, double commas, very funny. Congratulations, folks. That's too sticky. Kevin told me about this congratulations shit, and now I repeat it to myself like 24/7. I'm having so much fun saying congratulations over and over in my head. If something good happens to one of my friends, you know what my first thought is? Congratulations. I really do not like that the source of this is the Satan pedophile. And of course, our last enemy. The fact that I know what you're thinking. I've been saying it all night and it's true. I hate it, folks. Can I turn it off? No. Can I hear what you're thinking right now? Yes. Why do I have this ability? Mummy. Do I hear things no one was meant to hear? Yes. Is my waking life a nightmarish ordeal? Yes. Do I hear people thinking about crimes they're about to commit? Folks, that's a huge yes. Can I do anything about it? Big no. The cops do not believe in mummy powers. Plus, if I'm around the cops, you know I'm hearing what they're thinking. And well, that's been me, folks. You're a wonderful audience. Are we ready to begin the show? I would like to bring to the stage our first writer. He's got quite a way to go. I see. He is a mentally ill invalid from Chicago. You may recognize him as the voice that is not me on Anime Sickos podcast. Please welcome to the stage one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life and who's ever lived, actually, Joe Anderson.
Can everyone hear me? Okay. What Tom didn't mention is that I am his muse. Hello. It's Thursday. I'm going to start on a high adrenaline note. Last Saturday, my family and I were driving through the South Loop to get to my son's swim class. We were heading towards the T intersection at Displays in Roosevelt, right by that Bob's Furniture. We had the green light turning east on Roosevelt, and a big-ass Ford F-950 blows through the red light. We would have all been paced. The impact would have been at my driver's side door, so I would have been super paced. I'm confident on this. You don't need to crunch physics numbers if the truck is 20 feet taller and 20 times heavier than your Camry. We are alive because of my reflexes. We are alive because of gaming. The thing about a near-death experience that's so scary is that, like, you almost die, dude. The other thing I didn't like is the first thing I saw after my brain came back online was the Bob's Furniture mascot. I hate looking at him. He looks like he was 3D printed from cum. Due to trauma and how the brain works, when I close my eyes, I see the Bob's Furniture guy. What really sucks is he was already there due to an unrelated incident, so now I have two Bobs in the dark. I am trying to glean some insight from this, like how Goku gets stronger after every brush with death. I came up blank. When talking with my therapist, I took a moment to collect my thoughts and then said, it would have sucked to died. But wait, here's where the genius comes in. Nothing to be learned from almost dying, fine, but what about my existing wisdom that would be lost if I was turned to paste? I need to get my important wisdom and opinions out into the world before I am smushed by a crew cab pickup in my own house. Everything I've learned, I will give to you, and I've compressed it into 3 pillars of wisdom. This is a concept I invented. I invented pillars. Joe's Wisdom Act 1, computers. I am currently unemployed. I used to do computer stuff, spending my days saying nasty swears like Jira and Burn Down Chart. The industry is changing really fast with AI and continual offshoring. In the interest of sounding up to date in interviews, I've been reading a lot of industry news and trade publications. So there's this book, Dune, by this guy named Frank Dune. It's sick as hell. In this book, all of space society realizes at once that there's always going to be more emails. So they do this thing called the Butler Jihad, and they get rid of all the computers. What makes this such an interesting book is that there's no conflict. It's just page after page of intramural knife fights and doing drugs with your mom. We have to do a Dune, dude. I'm never going to stop telling my son that it used to be way more fun to go on the computer. There was an app that was just for Jeremy Renner. The Linux freaks were right. They were always fucking right. I'm an absolutist on this now. Any non-open source software that has value that people use is going to end up controlled by Larry Ellison, the owner of Oracle. Oracle's business model revolves around acquiring software companies for their products and then bundling them with software from other acquisitions and then making them not work. Because of Larry, I had to learn about middleware at work. Also, he's a big pedophile. Anyway, the United States government handed Larry control of TikTok. The only thing more insane about that is they tried to give Larry TikTok in 2020 by partnering with Walmart, but it fell through. So many apps and services I use have gone to absolute shit because investors want hockey stick growth. Patreon, the app where people pay creators monthly, was honestly a finished product. People paid artists, patron paid artists, and they took a 5% cut. But no, the profit incentive demands new features always, and in implementing it, you hollow out the actual purpose of the app and with more stupid chats and ways to have sales tools. It sucks. Dune! Joe's Wisdom, Act 2, Fatherhood. Here are the acceptable children shows. Miss Rachel, Sesame Street, end of list. My son is a bona fide shooter for Miss Rachel. Last year, when he was in the hospital for bronchitis, Miss Rachel was the only thing that calmed him down while he was hooked up to the wires and the oxygen. For this reason, I always be the first over the wall for Miss Rachel. Also, her early videos are low production, but just as good, like the Mountain Goats. Miss Rachel songs around all the time in our house, so we regularly get to experience what happens when the Miss Rachel playlist ends and something else starts. When this happens, it's like an exorcism on the house wore off. Miss Rachel obviously talks with enthusiasm and energy, but it feels everyday, grounded in society energy. This is the same reason Sesame Street has the sauce, engaging without being overstimulating. If you left it on, it wouldn't turn your house evil. My first experience with Blippi was when I took my son to the dentist. When we were shown the room, there was a mounted TV in the corner, and on it was a man wearing a blue and orange beanie and thick glasses. I could sense killing intent coming from this man. I thought to myself, I bet that's Blippi. Then he said, I'm Blippi. Then he started moving around too much. He came in too hot. That said, I would rather my kid freebase Blippi than touch any of the vertical short-form videos. One time I made the error of watching YouTube shorts with him. Those are the vertical one after the other TikTok-style videos. We were watching marble run videos, which are just videos of marbles rolling down homemade tracks. Okay? Stopping the videos made him feral. Immediate marble withdrawal. He looked like he was overtired even though he had just woken up from a nap. It made me feral too, and because I'm much bigger, it was easy to take the phone and watch more kick-ass marble videos. Moving forward, I'm just going to categorize all endless short video shit as cigarettes. I was smoking cigs with my son. That was not good for me to do. I regret blasting darts with my son. Oh, and an insult to autism, one of the Marble Run videos wasn't even real. It was AI generated. We're not even smoking cigs at that point. We are printing out pictures of cigs and smoking those. The other thing that will help protect my kid from endless short-form video is doing a Dune. One struggle. This is what one struggle means. I got the shakes because of my medications. Joe's Wisdom, Act 3. Brain, the devil within. So on Sickos and in life in general, I've been pretty open about dealing with mental illness. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Experienced a psych ward, gone through a PHP program, have therapy weekly and monthly psych check-ins. I've picked up a bunch of helpful tricks to managing the worst of it over the years, but they all pale in comparison to the tip I'm about to share with you. I believe the most disruptive and demoralizing part of a depressive episode for me is losing all momentum and then being unable to do tasks that might build momentum, and then you start getting in that loop of uselessness forever and you just feel like shit. It is the frustration of having to start your own motor again and again while knowing other people don't have to do that. This is how you get back to baseline faster. Go to wherever you need to do some tasks. If there's a TV in that space you can put on YouTube, great. Otherwise, use a tablet, computer, monitor, whatever your phone. Step 1, open up YouTube. Search for some shit like 3-hour boiler room ASMR. Hit play. You are now in the boiler room. Step 2, leave. As you go about your day, you will think your shame thoughts about a bunch of shit that needs to be done and how you're behind because you are depressed, etc., etc. When those tasks come up, for instance, finding a missing tax form, instead of entertaining all... Am I missing a page? I only have 3. Are you serious? There's 4? Okay. Oh, sorry. Instead of thinking about how you're a loser who can't find this, you now say and think, I gotta talk to the boys in the boiler room about the tax form. I gotta talk to the boys in the boiler room about my Genius Night piece. Does this work? Dude, yes! You may notice there's no step about going back and actually doing the work. That's because you will return to the boiler room and start building momentum because you're always forcing yourself to think about those boys in the boiler room. Here's why this works. When you are endlessly cycling through all the shit you need to do, but you're doing none of it, you're actually trying to figure out a time and a place to do it. The boiler room is both. Physically altering your space, making it the boiler room, while you are rotting, keeps the devil away. That's it. If you are depressively or otherwise mentally crashing out, this will work. This will get you off zero. If you see how this might help, but think it's too stupid to do yourself, you're not going to make it. Like, you simply will not make it. So that's all my wisdom. Listening to me just now confers all the honors I've achieved in life. Congrats. You have a master's degree in rhetoric. You know all of the double texts from Chrono Trigger and which guys you need in your party to do them. You can name all the power levels that were set in Dragon Ball Z in order of screen appearance. You are now the co-host of Anime Sickos. I will get everyone a link to the workflowy. Tom is going to call you every day wondering if it's a good day to record.
Folks, Joe Anderson, and once again, come on. I've been unscrewing this piece of shit for 100 years. Come on, there we go. Folks, I loved that. That was so good. Thank you, Joe. Our next performer, Arish Singh, has been an up-and-coming comedian for 10 to 12 years now. Ooh, does that ever feel? And has performed with the likes of Tim Heidecker, Hassan Minaj, and most recently opened for Rami Youssef in the sense that he was the doorman at the venue, which means he had to open the door. That counts. It still counts. Please welcome Arish Singh.
What's up, everybody? I'm Arish Singh, and I'm doing a little guide on how to approach women. I do want to preface this, the timeliness of this. Everybody is aware the season that we're currently in, cuffing season. Everybody understands what cuffing season is. If you don't understand what cuffing season is, it is the time of year where you get into a relationship with another person to harvest the heat of their body and save on your utility bills. That is cuffing season. And it's quite germane to this topic here. I want to be clear, this is the genius's guide to approaching women, and I personally am not the genius that came up with that. I haven't really approached women at all. I got all of my genius from where everybody gets their genius, YouTube, right? That's where you can learn everything. You can learn everything from these guys, our premier geniuses of our culture, the whiny guy, the fake moderate, the guy who cries too much, the Indian sellout, all your favorite thinkers and philosophers of our era. Perfect guys to give you advice on approaching women. I see no problem there. And so I have mainlined all the YouTube content on how to approach women, and I'm here to distill it for you in this segment. So first, let's establish the issue. Men don't approach women anymore. This is very clear. This video is very insightful. This is a woman who's, I guess, trapped in a warehouse or something and badly wants to go on a date. So I recommend this video wholeheartedly, establishes the case, but I also want people to understand this is across the whole culture. We have the issue in religion. Why Christian men aren't approaching Christian women anymore. It's cross-cultural, all these segments. And I think the most important video I saw on this topic was, are men scared of shorties? Again, it's every element at demographic of society is struggling with this issue of fear and men going through this. And I think the best advice that comes out of this is that you need an approach. You have to know how to approach. You want to approach like this, all right? Obviously you want to look cool. You want to do all these things. But really it comes down to the technique known as the cold approach, okay? You go up to a woman you don't know and ask them a neutral question, dress right, okay? That's how you do it. I have been experimenting with this all week, and I think I did nail an approach. My neutral question was, excuse me, are you interested in ending global poverty? And my outfit was this. And I don't want to brag too much. I got a lot of numbers, all right? It was hard to steer the conversation out of how do you want to end global poverty, but nonetheless, progress. So, yes, approach is important, but what you have to also keep in mind is angle of approach. How are you coming at this sort of interaction? Where are you coming from? What is your movement, right? This is a big topic of concern. A lot of videos like this. Never approach like this, right? You want to know how to approach. I recommend the videos that were most insightful on this topic were by Todd Martin, How to Walk Properly. That is Todd Martin, MD. I think MD just stands for my dude in these, from what I could gather from watching about 4 hours of these videos. Obviously, you have a lot of issues with walking. How to walk properly. Don't push off the toes. This is a real problem that men have. You don't want to approach a woman in this fashion, right? You don't want to come out of step, old-timey. You don't want this whole baggage in your movement when you approach a woman. And really, the most, I think, simple, straightforward way is to enter into a conversation through levitation. Just manifest that energy and come in levitating off the ground. Use all your psychic yogic forces and manifest them at once. It's a pretty cool technique. So once you've got that down, your approach, you've got to deal with, I think, an issue that's a real problem in our society. You got to stop being creepy, guys. We all got to stop babadooking, right? It's not 2014 anymore. You're not some monstrous creature stalking a single mother and her child. I know this was a cool aesthetic for a long time. But at the end of the day, it's creepy, it's out of step. I think we all have to agree to stop this. One exception, it may work at Pride. I do think, though, if you have to be sincere about this, you cannot be a male feminist dressed as a Babadook at Pride. Women will see straight through that. That's something to keep in mind. So we've got 3 techniques here, three important aspects of approaching women. I think I want to come to the most important. I think everybody has heard about this. A lack of riz, right? I mean, that's a lot of what people are suffering from, a lack of riz. People want Riz, and you got to be familiar with Riz. Riz Ahmed, right? The actor Riz Ahmed. Who doesn't want to be like this guy? This guy is fucking so cool. He was in, he won an Oscar short, The Long Goodbye. He was in the movie, No Sound of No, is it Sound of Noise? Metal, Sound of Metal, yeah, Sound of Metal, excellent film. He was in Rogue One. He can play so many roles. He was in Nightcrawler, fantastic film. I think he was very foundational to Jake Gyllenhaal's performance in that. He's in Four Lions, which features that guy who's in We're in Shadows, Nandor, right? Like, he's also in Four Lions. That's really cool. Like, I'm not gonna deny any of this. I think this is really, really vital that you acknowledge Riz. And what I want to circle back to, we've got these 4 elements in here. We got to put them all together. If you guys can just repeat after me, this is kind of an approach that can go. Hi, I'm Riz Ahmed in a top hat. Not an ironic rendering of the Babadook. Could I talk to you for a moment about ending world poverty? Oh, sorry. While I levitate. And that's it. That's it. That is how you approach women, right? There's only one problem with that. I'm not Riz Ahmed. I'm not in a top hat. I can't levitate. I'll never be Riz Ahmed. I'm Indian. He's Pakistani. He's 5'8". I'm 5'11". I can't be somebody else. I can't fake my way through an encounter with someone. I have to be honest. I have to be decent. I think the only way I at least can approach a woman is by being a gentleman. So right now, I'd like to approach a woman as a gentleman. Madam, 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 in these cold, harsh, cold months, would you join me in a union of mutual affections? Now I know you may have some chisel jaw suitor waiting for you in Wrigleyville. Or you may have yourself a dapper dandy out in Wicker Park. A man who earns 3 times the rent that he pays, a very reasonable amount of income. But I want you to know, while you traverse this icy tundra of the Midwest that we are ensconced in, that you will know no greater heat than that which burns in the furnace of my heart. So, madam, I ask you, during this coffin season, will you be with me until late April or early March? Yes, she said yes, everybody. Thank you all. That's how you do it, folks. Thank you so much to Josh and Tom for approaching me to do this. I love this show so much. I love the skewer. Please give it up. Give it up for Genius Night.
Thank you. Oh, my God. One more time for Arish Singh. Oh, hell yeah. Folks, I got a hankering. You know what it's for? It's for mixing it up. I could just go on to someone who's going to do something very similar, but what if I interrupted the show with something that only I like? Well, I'd like to welcome to the stage, to do that thing that I just alluded to, Kevin Johnson, to do the news quiz.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't like it either. Shit. Oh, Damien's here. Huh? That's also for no one but me, really. Okay. Oh, hi. Okay, so the news quiz. You've been here before, you know what it is, but Tom is making me say it anyway. Anyway, so there's 3 sets of stories, each within 3 stories. I take one of them, I twist it, I fuck it up just a little bit, and you have to catch it. That's all you have to do. 3 times. And if you do, you get 5 American dollars. It's very simple, right? And that makes you the smartest person here because you are getting paid to be in the audience. You didn't have to like prepare for this show. You just get money. That's great. Is there a volunteer? You're not volunteering. You're just walking towards the stage to put a drink down. It's not very helpful. Thank you. What's that? No. Nope. Hello, what's your name?
Jared Mason. Hi, how you doing?
Oh, a full name. Jared Mason. Okay. The big boss man has told me I have to be snappier. Whatever the fuck that means. Good luck, Tom. Okay. You got the gist of this game, right?
I think so, yeah.
All right. I'm going to say 3 stories. Just tell me which one's wrong.
Okay.
And we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
First story. Olympians rejoice. Olympic Village restocks free condoms after athletes use 10,000 in 3 days. Story 2. Super Bowl champ claims he was injured after his smart bed became inclined overnight because it could no longer connect to its app. It was just folded. Isn't that great? Was that true, though? We don't know. Story 3. The World Anti-Doping Agency is investigating whether ski jumpers are injecting their penises with hyaluronic acid in order to fly farther.
What kind of acid?
Hyaluronic. I believe it's used in skincare for some reason. I don't remember the K-beauty, whatever.
I'm gonna go with the bed
Why?
because I think that the tech companies are really, really good at making all their stuff work really, really good.
No. No, they are not. The fuck? Okay, so you did choose the correct one. Why are you applauding? How dare you? You're supposed to be on my side. So no, 8 Sleep is a company that fucked up and did just AWS had some fucking bullshit with the cloud and it fucked up for people. And so like if their beds were on like heating, it just stayed like that until it was able to reconnect. It was fun. But what actually happened to the Super Bowl champ is that he tried to beat a drug test by drinking Coca-Cola laced with bleach.
Oh. So that the acid, not in his dick, but in his stomach.
Oh no. See what I did was there's 3 stories. I only fucked up one.
Okay.
People were
Now I'm there.
putting hyaluronic acid in their dick.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
through some divine fuck up, you got that right. Okay. Whatever.
I'll take it.
Whatever. Second set of stories.
All right.
Second set of stories. Burger King locations in Albania are first in the world to have employees tracked by AI headsets to see how friendly they're being. Oh, that's sad. Second story. A gust of wind blows an 8-month-old baby in stroller into the lake. Saved by a man who cannot swim. That's a lot of variables I could have fucked up. Do you remember that story?
I remember the baby. I remember the lake. I remember the man.
Oh. Sure you do. Story 3. Dad shocked after jury duty summons is sent to his home for his 4-year-old daughter.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Dad shocked or shot?
Shocked.
Oh, okay.
Why would it? It's like,
Hey, man.
hey, it's the mail carrier. Bah, bah, bah. Also, here's your summons. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you remember them all? Do you need a refresher?
What was the first one?
That's the
Albania.
Burger King. Burger King Albania.
With AI? I'm gonna go with that one with the headsets. Yeah, Burger King.
What the fuck is this dude on?
I don't think they have Burger King in Albania.
What the fuck?
Or it's like McDonald's.
No, you're correct. I don't know why.
It's all gut, baby.
So Burger King actually is doing that. It's an AI assistant called Patty, because it's like burgers. And it is tracking people's friendliness. Did you say hello enough? Did you say thank you enough? It's fucked up. What actually happened in Albania, though, is that they made the first AI minister.
Like religious or like
Oh, like governmental.
Okay.
That's not good either.
No.
What?
I just want a clarification.
Yeah, Diela. And then after the prime minister said she is pregnant with 83 children.
Right.
Right. It makes a little bit more sense because there's 83 members in the parliament or whatever, and so it's like digital assistants for each and every one of them. It's stupid, whatever. Who gives a fuck? I'm just letting you know that I have all of these facts in my head, and I do need to plague you with them. Okay, can you go 3 for 3?
I don't know.
It's been a very long time. Yeah, no one has during Genius Night, only since the skewer. And it's still been probably years.
Maybe I'm also a genius.
Ooh. Probably not, yes. Third set of stories. Story 1. Scientists are getting one step closer to allowing humans to breathe through their butts. Would that be helpful? Would that be stinky? Who knows? Story 2. Scientists at the University of Maryland are creating smart underwear to measure human farts. That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of health stuff with farts. So.
What is your line of work?
I'm an English teacher at a high school.
Wait, before you start clapping. Public or charter?
It's a charter school.
Fuck. Kill him. Kill this man with hammers.
See my way out.
Okay, that's fine. Third story, last of the evening. A hospital ward in France was evacuated after a patient who ate rations from World War I could no longer hold his rancid bowel movements. The choice is yours.
Okay, so it was breathing through her butts, fart underwear measuring, or a butt exploded in France. Oh, man.
I don't know if anyone has ever noticed this about the news quiz, but each and every time, the 3 sets of stories each have a theme. I don't know if anyone's ever picked that up. Like, the first one was, like, Olympics and athletes. The second one was, like, kids because of the pregnancy. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
I got to go with the French butt. Yeah. Give me the French butt.
This motherfucker. This motherfucker. God damn it.
I have a 10 and 7-year-old, so they know a lot about butts. All right?
None of your logic adds up. And yet it works. God, I hate this. What the fuck? You're not supposed to win. No one's supposed to win. Okay, so yes, he didn't eat a ration from World War I. He walked into the Toulouse, France hospital that had to be evacuated because he had an artillery shell from World War I in his ass.
Well, it's still an exploding butt, though.
It is. And when you said it that way, I was like, this motherfucker somehow knows. You have magic, like mummy magic, you fucking amulets. And here's $5. Good job. Good job. I hate it, so. Tom, welcome back to the stage.
I'm so happy. Thank you to Kevin Johnson for doing this shit again and again. Thank you, Jared, for being a genius and proving the conceit of the show. I dare say that if that was the first thing we did, you'd go on 0 for 3. But now that you're a co-host of Anime Sickos podcast, there's nothing you can't do. I want to take a brief moment to thank Cafe Mustache. What a great venue for hosting us. Please do not hesitate to buy many drinks, and especially do not hesitate to tip your bartenders over and above the amount you usually do. Let's move on with the show. Our next person who's going to come do a bit is a lawyer, musician, and husband. Unfortunately, he is also planning to launch a podcast. Please welcome Patrick Cosmos.
All right, thanks, everybody. Okay. This isn't set up well for short guys. Okay, so what is genius? Webster's dictionary probably defines genius as having something to do with the successful pursuit of knowledge. However, I think that's wrong, if that's what it says. Today, I'm here to discuss a concept called the cloud of unknowing. The Cloud of Unknowing is an anonymous work of Christian mysticism written in Middle English in the latter half of the 14th century. That's how the Wikipedia page starts. It discusses two states, the cloud of unknowing and the cloud of forgetting. I know about this because there's an album called The Cloud of Unknowing that James Blackshaw wrote. I really like it a lot. It's from 2007. Pitchfork gave it an 8.7, and they called it recommended because I don't think they had best new music back then. Anyways, as far as I can tell, it's a good idea. Here's the deal. Ugh, damn it, I should have printed this out. So here's the deal. We get bombarded with a bunch of information absolutely all the time. They told us there was going to be an information superhighway, and they told us that that was going to bring on the information age, and that all of the information was going to make us this global village. The ride at Epcot Center taught us that. It was the main one with the big ball, and it fucking lied to us. The big ball lied to us. What we actually get is a fire hose of fucking bullshit made by and for and about a bunch of guys you wish you never, ever heard of. You all know this. Anyone who's ever had the little notification pop up about their screen time, we all know this. And as such, I'm here to provide simple steps, and they're going to make your life not better, but it's going to get worse slower. First things first, this one's easy, the cloud of forgetting. I have a day job where I need to learn a bunch of technical stuff, and then I need to apply it, and then I need to switch gears and learn a bunch of different technical stuff. So one of my most valuable skills at work is to just let all the information drop out of my dumb fucking head. It comes in really handy, professionally and personally. This is the cloud of forgetting that I mentioned, I think. It's worth noting, by the way, that these metaphors with the clouds, these are good clouds. Most metaphors, clouds are bad, like rain and stuff, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Great, forget stuff. That's not particularly helpful. Fair enough. So what do you do with ideas you can't forget? That's where the cloud of unknowing comes in. Ugh. All right. Information is best consumed a la carte. You're being offered a value meal of knowledge all the time. It's like a big box from Taco Bell. And the numbers are really appealing up front. And this is a trap. Just like a real value meal, it's too much calories, it's too much sodium, you're gonna feel like a bloated loser. Disabuse yourself of these thoughts. Hell, I could learn. You're not that hungry for knowledge. Just take what you need. Or you're gonna go on a deep dive? That's how people die. You're talking about rabbit holes? Disgusting, grow up. So what we're gonna do today, when we get new information, is we're gonna do something that I call the Parnas test. The Parnas test is named after a famous man named Lev Parnas, who either did Russiagate or was a victim of Russiagate. So he's either history's greatest monster, as far as I know, or one of the good ones. But either way, I believe he should be brought to justice. So we're gonna ask 6 questions when we're confronted with new information. The P, it stands for a problem. Is this new information my problem? Second, the first A, am I ever going to need this information? The R stands for reality. Is this concept real? Is this person real? Are they going to show up materially in my life in any real way? The N is for new, novelty. Is this a new thing? Is this some new guy? Is this going to go away? Is this going to be a meme, something we copy and paste a couple times and then it goes away forever? Novelty is the mind killer. And with all due respect to everyone in here, you're too old for new stuff. The second A is anger. How mad are you already just hearing about this? How much madder are you going to get when you learn more about it? And finally, the S stands for suck. Is it going to fucking suck to know about this? All right. So now we're going to apply the Parnas test to something that I think all of us probably vaguely know about. It's the weird Nazi streamer guy who's hitting himself in the face with a hammer to look pretty. And yeah, so if you don't know about this, congratulations, and I have nothing to teach you. And if you think And if you think you're so fucking smart, you come up here and give this speech. Christ. Okay, so we're gonna apply the Parnas test now. Problem? Is this guy our problem? I don't think so. Are you ever gonna need this? Absolutely not, no. This dude's not gonna be a Jeopardy answer. You're not gonna hear about him in Trivial Pursuit. You're not even gonna hear about him in pop culture Trivial Pursuit. Forget this guy. Is he real? He lives in the computer and hangs out with the other dead-eyed losers who live inside the computer, so no. Is it new? This is somebody who isn't old enough to drink, who's famous for hitting himself in the face with a hammer. You don't need this novelty in your life. Anger. And this one's actually a little tough. Because on one hand, we're talking about a bad guy associating with bad guys and influencing young people to, again, hit themselves in the face with a hammer. But on the other hand, it's funny. Him and his weird friends and their stupid ideas and their dumb words are funny. Finally, though, is it gonna suck? It will fucking suck to know more about this guy. Just using ambient context clues, just hearing what I have to say, this guy fucking sucks and it sucks. So get this guy out of here. Think about it this way. Your ambient knowledge of stuff is like a temporary pain. It's like you're eating ice cream and it zaps your sensitive teeth. It's unpleasant, but it's fleeting. But if you take the time out of your valuable life and you learn enough to turn this ambient knowledge into real knowledge, it's gonna cause actual lasting pain. Like if that ice cream punched you in the face and broke your nose. Do you want ice cream to do that? That would be fucking crazy for ice cream to do that. But in this scenario, it did, and it's your fault. And now you gotta know about some new freak, and it's gonna add insult to injury, which is even more insult to injury, because you gotta explain to everybody that you broke your nose eating ice cream. This metaphor got out of control, and I'm sorry about that. But don't get your nose broke by ice cream. The Parnas method isn't gonna steer you wrong, but some people might criticize you. They'll say stuff in bad faith, like, isn't this just like an excuse so that you can just conveniently not learn about whatever you don't feel like? Those people are toxic and you need to cut them out of your life. So there's a quote that I think about a lot, and it says, genius isn't what we learn. Genius is what we know about what we learn. I made it up, but yeah, I mean, I made it up, but it makes you think, and I hate to harp on this, but if you got some fucking great quote, then you come do this. So in conclusion, do not learn. Become a genius and embrace the cloud of unknowing. Thank you.
Oh, the first bell of the night, Patrick. That is incredible stuff. Second bell of the night. Hey, we love it, folks. Hey, I wanna point out something. I bet if this is your first time at Genius Night and you're saying, gosh, I love this, and if you aren't, why still here? You could have, I mean, I wouldn't have known. Anyway, if you want to know more about Genius Night, like, how can I know more? Well, you can get on our email list, and I fucking email you when the next show is going to be, and that's all. I do like 3 every like month. One's in like, it's in 2 weeks. It's in a week. It's tomorrow. So you won't be fucking killing yourself over how many emails you get. How can I get on this email list? That guy, my dad, is holding... He's holding the clipboard that you can write your email address on. He's going to be passing it around the room. Feel free to do it. There should be a pen in the clip. If there isn't, someone stole it. Why would you? After I provided it so kindly. Well, folks, our fourth performer, Gwyn Fulcher, unfortunately could not be here tonight. She regrets immensely that she was not able to come out tonight. And you should all regret immensely that you cannot hear her because she is a genius and one of the best people of all time. I would like to, for the video, so that when Gwyn watches this in the future, she has this. Let's all repeat after me. We love you, Gwyn. We love you, Gwyn. Wonderful. I love that. Beautiful. So, with no fourth performer, we must move on to the final part of the show, which I mentioned before, is the bracket. There will be a fucking topic. There's going to be 4 options. We're going to do some little rounds, and you guys are going to choose which things go up and be the last one, and then the last one's the winner. You know March Madness, how it's a bracket? It's that. Let's get our bracketeers up to the stage. Our first bracketeer is a writer, performer, and filmmaker from Arkadelphia, Arkansas, a town where even when you say it correctly, you go, that can't be right. Most recently, he directed and edited Claire McFadden's web series Denise Sells Houses, which screened at Just for Laughs this summer in Montreal. It's on the internet now if you want to take 12 minutes to binge it after the show. And if you want more emails, even in addition to the more emails you're signing up for, you can read his writing on the Substack Pillow Fort. Please welcome Will Sonheim. And our second bracketeer is a writer, bookseller, novelist, thinker, and genius. He is a co-producer of this very show that you are at, and an editor for the literary journal Always Crashing. And recently, he helped to unionize his workplace because he walks the walk. The stories he has told me, I won't put it on the record. He's told me no stories. I don't know anything about management. Please welcome Josh Watkins. What's the topic, folks? Folks, I don't know if you know this, but every year it's a new year, and the number changes. Yeah? That's 1. Write that down in your head. 1. That's the first notch. All right. Now, like last month, there was also Chinese New Year, more accurately, Lunar New Year. That's 2. 2 New Years. Isn't that cool? It's so good. I love that there's a second one. Got me to thinking, 3rd New Year, right? But what is it going to be? We got Western, we got Chinese. What's the 3rd one? That's what our bracket is going to be, folks. We have 4 options here. Italian New Year. Balkan New Year. Swedish New Year. And the one you're all going to vote for, the Year of Luigi. You could argue that. You could argue that it's just Italian. It's up to them. They can do anything with their time. Speaking of their time, what's their time? Here's how it's going to go. I'm going to pick one of the sides of the bracket. I'm going to assign these people, Will and Josh, the things. They don't know which it's going to be. They had to prepare both because I'm cruel. I am then going to give each of them 2 minutes exactly to argue for their topic, at which point I'm going to come back up here and be like, which do you like better? Then, next side of the bracket, they each have 1:30. Then there's going to be 2 left. They each get 1 minute. Then we're done. Beautiful. Done in like 10. We're so close. We're so close. The trance show at 9 will not yell at us. So, first bout. That's going to be Italian versus Balkan New Year. Do either of you have a specific urge for one?
That doesn't seem right, Tom. I think cruelty, let your cruelty guide you.
Okay. Yeah, you were... You saw through my ruse. I would do the opposite, obviously. Josh, I'm going to give you Italiano New Year. Will, you're going to do Balkan New Year. Who's going to go first? Josh, you got your cards out. You're going to go first.
Fuck.
You got 2 minutes, which will begin in 3, 2, 1, begin.
Happy New Year and buena no. Now, for Italian New Year, I'm going to say the Italians, and this is for our country, the United States of America, the Italian Americans, we took Columbus Day away from these people. They have to share it, which is right, but they're upset and they have not recovered. Why else was the Soprano prequel movie so bad? We need a new year for these people who have contributed a lot to this great country that we all love and live in. We need a new year where we can all say our favorite slurs, except for the D slur, the G slur, or the W slur for the Italian people. We need a holiday where you can yell at your wife. You can give your kids the belt. You can pretend you've been to the boot. We need a new year where there's a Maserati parade, Dominic the Christmas donkey, the Chef Boyardee, all these hack fucking jokes that I had to write while I was also writing a union contract. A lot of the beautiful Italians who migrated to this country would have supported our union effort. A couple generations later, maybe not so much. Maybe they're our landlord. But I think, Lunar New Year kicks ass. Standard American New Year, dog shit, feels bad. I'm only getting older. But I think we should let the Italians have a crack at it, and I yield my time.
The Balkans, where are they? It's a little ambiguous. You look for Slovenia, maybe. Slovakia, I think so. Greece, I guess so. Where are the mountains? There's a ridge over there. Something's happening. Turkey, I don't think so, but some people might say that it is. I think this ambiguity could be really good for us right now. I think having a Balkan New Year is it a day? Is it a week? You decide. I think we kind of leave it up to you. I think thinking about other New Year's traditions, we have a rich mythology. We've got the Ottoman Empire there we can pull from if we need, some guy with snakes for legs or something. I bet they have that. We've got kind of Indo-European culture there, which I don't want to get too close to, but could be interesting if people want kind of like mythic cult fertility goddesses that are carved out of elk bone. There are like good options there. But I think the Baltics, the Balkan New Year, happy Balkan New Year. I think the best way to celebrate is with one of their primary exports, which is the artist Marina Abramovich. So my pitch is, instead of having Year of the Goat, Year of the Sheep, we just pick a different performance art piece every year to celebrate as a family or as a small community. Maybe you sit across from each other and stare into your family member's eyes without saying anything. Maybe it's the year of standing nude in a doorway very close so that your uncles and aunts have to choose which direction to face when they pass through. Maybe it's a year where we fill a table with objects, included a scissors, some bullets, and a loaded gun. One thing I've learned about Marina Abramovich is that whenever she had doubts about a performance art piece, she just added bullets and a loaded gun, baby.
The bracket's always funny. I have a sample size of 3, so not that impressive, but it's true. I'm not even lying. Folks, we must now vote to see which of those New Years will go on through the proceed, not get eliminated. It's late. I've been doing a lot. If you think that the New Year that should continue on in the bracket is Italian New Year, please say so with your applause. If you think the New Year that should continue is the Balkan New Year, please say so with your applause. It's Balkan New Year. We love this. Next round, you got less time this time. 1 minute, 30 seconds. I'm going to say, Will, you go first. You argue for Swedish New Year. Josh, you'll be arguing for the Year of Luigi. Will, begin when you are ready.
I got 2 words, Viking funeral. I think this could be a genuinely wonderful way to start the year. So Swedish New Year, I'm thinking less Andersonville, and I think we go a little more, burning pyre, whatever it takes. We've got options. So for the Swedish New Year, you would get together and you would build your own boat as a family. I'm trying to lean on that. I'm trying to paint a picture for you of what this will look like. So you'd get together and you would. With maybe one other person or other family members, and you would build whatever kind of boat you wanted. There would, if it's a little tricky, if you need some instructions, there could be kind of a step-by-step guide of how how to put that together so you could, make sure that you have everything you need. And then, and part of that would be, the boat can represent whatever you want it to represent. It could represent Lind, or something like Spurketed. It could be the friended for the year. So yeah, I think this would be a lovely way to start off the year. So happy Swedish New Year to you and yours. The Dimitri Martin of it all is a little cheap, so I wanna
This is fine. I don't give a shit. We're the same height. It's fine. You were lowered a lot. Okay. Assuming we're talking about the same Luigi. Mark Andreessen, venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, $2 billion. Thomas Frist, Jr., HCA Healthcare co-founder, $45.4 billion. Peter, Party Animal Teal, Palantir Technologies, $27.5 billion. Are you guys writing these down? Larry Ellison, Oracle, $192 billion. Taylor Swift, musician, $1.6 billion. Come on, we'll get another one. Charles Koch, Coke Incorporated, $57.3 billion. Bill Gates, the hardest working man in showbiz, invented computer, $70 billion. Miriam Adelson, Las Vegas Sands Casino, and co-founder of Israel, $32 billion. Lyndall Stevens, Greth, Girl Boss, Diamondback Energy, $25.8 billion. Thomas Pertwee, Interactive Broker, $57.3 billion. I did look at the Forbes billionaire list. Tom, I'm really sorry to say this. Bruce the Boss Springsteen is technically a billionaire. And I love him too. But they call him the boss. They don't call him the proletariat.
The records won't go away. All of his good ones were before the billion. If you believe that the year that should continue in this bracket is Swedish New Year, please say so with your applause now. If you believe that it should be the one that you're going to vote for, do that. Folks, it's the year of Luigi. We are left with the finale of the Balkan New Year versus the year of Luigi. What will it be? They only get 1 minute. They better go quick. And also, you fucking already used your jokes up. Hope you thought more. Because I'm not going to make Josh say the Luigi shit again.
I have more. I have so many more.
That's true. Josh, you're going to be able to take Balkan New Year for the finale. And Will, you're going to take that year of Luigi. Who wants to go first? I said who goes first both these times. Who wants to go first? It's going to be Will. It's going to be Will Sonheim.
Remember? Hey, remember how after that CEO died, medicine was like a little more affordable for like 2 weeks? I was like, this is a little bit better for a short amount of time after that. So think about that. And then remember the movie franchise, The Purge? So there's sort of like one day and we get it out. Remember the 5th of November, Guy Fawkes Day? Would you put this on? So my pitch is something called purge pricing, which I think could really come from one day a year where we all kind of get together and we keep the heat kind of at a simmer so that things are a little bit cheaper for a little bit longer this time. I yield my time.
Hello, everyone. First things first. Will got it right. The Balkans contain multitudes. A lot of motherfuckers live there. A lot of different nationalities, a lot of different cultural groups. It's almost like it's kind of been a problem. You really can't call them the Balkans because it's like a lot of different shit. But if we are going to do cool shit in the future, how can we use Balkan New Year? We have to reunite Yugoslavia, and we will be reviving Marshal Tito and instituting Socialism 2.0. Joe, I know you're still here. I'm sorry. The Serb is your brother now. We're just going to have to let that shit slide. This is going to be the tracksuit New Year's, and nobody's going to ask those people what they were doing in the early 1940s. I think we have got way too many fucking boring is Swedish, Anderson, whatever, man. Let's let the Balkans have a try. I yield my time.
Folks, these are pros. They yield their time with like 2 seconds to go, having completed a thought beautifully. I can't believe. Folks, who among you thinks that the winner of this bracket and our official third New Year, this isn't rhetorical, this is what's, I'm on the phone with the government, and of all the things I have to say to them, it's which New Year? If you think the winner is the year of Luigi, please say so with your applause now. If you think the winner is the Balkan New Year, please say so with your applause now. I'm going to need a second opinion. Patrick, what do you think? It's Luigi. Folks, was there ever any doubt? I really should stop putting options where it's just like, kill the villains. What am I thinking will happen? Thank you to Will and Josh. That was a wonderful bracket. You can stay if you want, but the show's like over. I'm just gonna do the outro. That's Genius Night, folks. If you are like, gosh, that was fun, I wish I'd gone to the other ones, well, we filmed this and all of them. They're on geniusnight.com. I bought the domain name because it's more easy than be like, go to our blue sky. No one goes to our blue sky. It won't occur. So go to geniusnight.com. You can see the old shows, and this one's going to be posted tomorrow. And the next show is going to be Thursday, April some number. It's the 4th Thursday. Oh, my God. I should have prepared. Thursday, April 23rd. If you signed up for that email list, you'll know. I'll email you about it. Hell yeah, thank you. That's it. Did you like that? Bye-bye.